Hello, welcome to Pribars Fiskefluer. Today I'm gonna tie a Muddler Minnow variant. I make this fly because it's easy to tie and I think it'll be very effective. It's made of materials that I'm gonna show you right now. You can see the fly on your left, so follow on with the video and I'm gonna explain everything about this fly. Yeah. Hello. I wanna tell you how I make this fly and what's in it. Well, this is a finished product and I'm gonna tell you how and why I make this fly. Well, I take this hook out of the vise. The hook I've been using is this hook, Partridge of Redditch Streamer size 4. You can make this fly in several sizes, but I use this because it's not too small. It's just the right size for me. It's a fly for big trout. Yeah, that's the hook. And for the body, and I start with the back. I use this red yarn to take out some bundles here. And I make a tail of this material. And for the body, I make the body of this dubbing brush I made myself. This is very nice dubbing brush. It's made of the core is very thin steel thread, very strong. You gotta have some strong and thin steel thread. I'm gonna show you how I make this brush in another video. I'm gonna put the link in this YouTube film description. Well, now that was the body. And to make the tying thread I make the body with is this kind of white tying thread. It's a thing I bought from Vineyards. I'm gonna show you the spool. Take it out of the bag. This is the thread. It's a good broad. 100% polyester, it's nothing fancy about it, but I have this 10,000 meter spool. You can see I have a tying thread for the rest of my life. I bought this from Minnow, nothing fancy, and I also have brown and I have olive. And I have black. Well, that was the commercial. And for the head, the muddler head, I have this patch of deer hair. It's a shot in the winter time, near the Christmas. So I use this to make the muddler head. And to make the finish on the muddler head, I use, of course, scissors, and I also use a lighter to burn off and make this very nice muddler head, as you see here. You see, it's very dense, very slick, and it looks very nice. Okay, why do I make the fly in this manner? Well, everybody who's seen the Muddler Minnow original pattern, this has this it has the feather wing and it's a feather tail. It has the gold tinsel body. Well, if you see on this dubbing brush here, you have this flash incorporated in the brush. Well, that replaces the gold tinsel. And you have this tail here. That replaces the feather. But you can also use some other colors in the back, but I like the red because that attracts the fish. And of course you have this raw deer. I use this to make this head. That's the same that's used in the original pattern, but this is a much faster fly to tie. Of course you have to use some dubbing brush, but you can make them yourself. I'm gonna put a link in the YouTube description so you can see how I make this dubbing brush. Well, that's all I had in the description, and now we're gonna show you how I tie this. So follow on with the video. Well, let's start tying this fly. Well, little about the hook in the vise. This hook is this kind of hook. Streamer, size 4, from Partridge of Redditch. This is a fairly large hook, but I am doing this because I think it looks better on the video, and also it's not too small for the big trout. This is a fly for the big trout. Well, now I put this hook in the vise, and I start with using a fairly white thread, just thread I bought from Vineyards, and just start by attaching to the hook like that. And I want a little red tail on this, and I use this yarn. It's a fairly red yarn. I just tie it in the back, and just tie someone in this manner. Touch it like this, and just use the snip it off and just wind it backwards like this. Just attach it. You can also trim it if you want. I want a little red tail on this, and I'm gonna use this homemade dubbing brush that makes off the most of the fly. Attach it in the back securely with some wrappings, and stop about that there, about a centimeter from the hook eye, and just start by winding this forwards. Stroke the fibers back. Remember, I'm gonna use a scissor on this just to make it slimmer a little bit. Wind it forwards. Like this. And I'm gonna stop about there. If you have a little plier, you can use this, but an old scissor will also do. Now I cut this off. I'm gonna make a little whip finish now by hand, because now I'm gonna change thread. I'm gonna use some GSP, because now I'm gonna attach a deer hair on this, but first I'm gonna form the body in a sloping manner onto the tail. Use the rotation of the vise like this, and on the side as well. I don't want this fly to be too bulky. this brush has a lot of flash in it. Like this. And now I take this GSP thread, get rid of all this red tail, like this, and attach it securely. And I'm gonna take this patch of deer hair I have. It's shot in the winter time. It's thick and dense. I take out the bunch about what to say, like a pencil. Just snip off. I could have taken and stacked it. That's not so important because it's gonna measure out how long back I want this hairs to stick, and just snip off the rest and put it on. Measure once more time, put it on, round like this some couple times, and just make some force, not too much, because then you will break this hair. You see now there's a place for another bundle of deer hair, and I take a little clump, snip off. Now I'm gonna cut off the ends of the points of the hair, because this is gonna spin. Just put it on, make some wrappings just around, push it down on a hook and make it go all around the hook like this. You see now some hairs are longer than the other, but that doesn't matter because I'm gonna use the scissor on this. You see now I could have cut off this, but I just compress it a little bit, and there is a place for one more bundle. Just snip off the longer hair and take this last bundle of hair. It's not gonna be so big. See, like this. And I'm gonna hold it in my hand and cut off this ends here, cut off this points of the hair. Repeat the process, put it on, make it one more, two, just push it down to the hook, rest around the hook, and just make some pressure on it, not too much, like that. Now you have made a little muddler head. Now I'm gonna take my whip finish. Where did I put it? Well, it's just left me a little bit. I'm gonna reach out. I had it. This is gonna be some whip finish now. 3 or 4 rounds around the hook. I take 5. And just attach it like that. Snip off the thread, and now you take all those hairs, and I'll take the hook out of the vise and I snip off the hairs from the back into the front like a angled manner, and use this. Don't take too much off because you can't put the hair back on. And take it off. See, it's getting there. And I like to have the hairs on the bottom of the fly, the belly of the fly. I like to take all the hairs away there, because I want this shiny side of the bottom to be visible to the fish. You see now. And I'm gonna take a little lighter. Not later, but a lighter. Just hold on to the hair, to the hair. Just snip it, burn it. Oh, so gently. Keep my breath. And you see now, you can take off all the soot. Have a nice muddler head. The flies look much nicer now. See, I put it in the vise so you can see it better. What do you think, folks? This is a very nice muddler, and this is a muddler variant, if you might say it. You can also make the dubbing brush a little more further. This is a very nice fly, guys. You have the body of the streamer, you have the red tail, you have the muddler head. It's a fairly heavy hook, and this fly will ride on top of water the first 2-3 meters, and then it will dive and attract the fish. You have the shining in the body that indicates the fish shells, and you have this red tail that act as an indicator or make the fish go crazy. So that's all I had, folks, and this is a very nice fly to make. It's fast, it's easy. You have to have some skills working on deer hair, but other than that, it's very fast fly to tie. And I thank you all for watching my video, and I welcome you back to see my next video. And tight lines, this fly is gonna make a difference. It's a game changer. Thank you all, and bye bye.